You know, some men are just built for the fight. They're not looking for trouble, but they're built for it. And the Bible talks about a man like that. His name is David. God straight up told him in 1 Chronicles 28:3, "You're a man of war. You've shed blood, and you're not one who's going to build my temple." At first, that kind of stinks. You know, you spend your whole life fighting, grinding, bleeding, and then God says, the building part? No, that's not for you. But look, David didn't pout. He didn't cry about it. He did what men do. He prepared the way for his son.
It's slow going.
In 1 Chronicles 29:2, it says that David stockpiled iron, gold, silver, lumber, basically everything that his son was going to need to build the house of God.
Hey, what do you think this is? A free ride?
David fought battles so his boy wouldn't have to.
Big bear hug.
Come down here.
And that's shield and shovel right there.
We going to get an elk this time or what?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
A lot of folks pray for God to move mountains in their life, but won't pick up the shovel that He already put in their hands. Well, it's a couple days before the opener of General Rifle. And, well, technically it's Thursday. The season opens up on Saturday. And so we decided to get a jump on the crowd, if there is a crowd, and claim our spot, our camp anyways. So it's Thursday. We just left the trailhead and we're heading back into where we saw elk the last time. This time we can hunt with a gun, so definitely excited about that. We got in here last night in the dark, so again, don't have a lot of content to show or share there, but we went ahead and came back to the same spot. It may look familiar because we came back to the same spot we were in the last video. We figured since we are setting up camp in the dark, might as well go with something that we're familiar with. That just made good sense. But we went ahead and set up camp, got tucked in. I think we ate a little bit of jerky, some pork rinds. That was our dinner last night. And we got the wood stove cranking, cuddled up in our sleeping bags, and hit the hay. This morning we woke up, first priority was to tend to the horses since they carried our butts in here. And so basically we got them fed with some alfalfa. The feed has diminished in here. These meadows, the snow has covered them, and it's laid down all the grass, and so there's not really a lot of feed. We are letting the mules kind of graze around and everything, but we're just gonna utilize the electric fence as a pen, not necessarily for graining, but we had to carry feed in here. So anyways, enough about all that. We got camp all set up, ate some breakfast ourselves. Tubbs and my dad are playing Uno. Tomorrow's opening day. It's General Rifle, so we can reach out and touch something. We can go a little more long distance. So we'll get the riding horses packed up. We'll probably take Simmons. That seems to be the mule we take for our packs. And we'll head to the top, find a good vantage point, start glassing. Hopefully we see some elk. And if we can kind of keep eyes on them throughout the evening, see, you know, once it gets close to dark where they're at. Hopefully tomorrow morning they'll be in the same general area. We head back up to the top and put a strategy together to go after them or get within range. And I mean, since we're optimistic at this point and we're dreaming, we pull off a shot, go in, pack it out. That's the plan. A lot of folks pray for God to move mountains in their life, but won't pick up the shovel that He already put in their hands. That may sound a little redundant at this point, but I'm going to keep saying it. Jesus said in Matthew 17:20, "If you have faith like a mustard seed, you can say to the mountain, 'Move,' and it will." But He never said just sit on your hands while you wait. Faith ain't passive. It moves, it digs, it gets to work. That's why James 2:17 says faith without works is dead. If your faith doesn't move your feet, your hands, your habits, your behavior, then it isn't faith. It's just a bunch of talk. Well, my optimism is quickly being challenged. So we woke up this morning, actually right before the alarm went off. I heard the horses like whinnying, braying, whatever you want to call it. And I sat there and I'm like, And then my alarm goes off, so I turn the light on and, start getting ready. And then all of a sudden I hear my dad go, "Garrett." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "The horses are gone." I'm like, "Oh, are you serious?" So I hurry up, got dressed. He's like, "I'm gonna take the halters and hit the trail." So he takes off. Me and Tubbs get ready super quick. Then we hit the trail. He must have found the horses and got them tied up. But long story short, we got 4 out of the 5 secured. The one mule, she's been known to head all the way back to the truck. So we're hoping that's not the case, but we decided to split up. My dad hit the trail, headed back towards the truck, see if he can pick up that mule. And Tubbs and I, in the dark, went ahead and headed up to the pass. We're at the pass, and we were making pretty good timing despite the delay or the way that the day started, until we got all the way to the timberline. Like, I'm talking 3/4 the way to the top. It's just getting daybreak, and I'm sitting here just kind of like playing things over in my mind. If we see one, here's what I need to do to get set up. We've got this 7mm PRC, and then it dawns on me. I'm like, the rangefinder. So my dad has a special SIG Sauer rangefinder that is programmed specifically for the turrets on this scope. So in terms of MOA, it tells you exactly what the MOA is. You turn the turret and you aim dead on. And I forgot it in the pack, just in the rush of trying to get up there. So needless to say, we all the way back down to where the pass is, where we have the horses tied off. And we got the rangefinder, and now we got to truck it all the way back up there, which, I mean, we're talking probably, I would say like close to 1,500 feet in elevation that we climbed and then had to drop back down. So that sucks. But I'm not going to let it beat me. It's still early. The elk are still moving. It's pretty nippy out. So we still got a shot at this. So we're going to try to book it back up to the top, get the glass and see if we can't find us a bull. Anything you want to say?
No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You want to give us any updates?
No.
How you feeling?
Good.
You sure?
Yes.
Now look, we hunted hard on this trip. There were some long days, some snow, some wind, climbing a mountain twice because I forgot a rangefinder the first time. Yep, that one hurt. But here's the thing, we wouldn't have seen a single elk if we didn't climb the mountain. And that's how faith is. You pray for clarity, you pick up the shovel. You pray for strength, you start climbing. You pray for opportunity, you show up. I'm not even gonna try to film the incline. It never looks as steep on camera. It's crazy when I'm editing in post. I'll like remember, I'm like, man, that was so steep, and then I'll look at it in the footage and I'm like, that doesn't look steep at all. Let me tell you, it's steep, it's snowy, icy, but I can see the top, so we're getting there. Just like Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, one of my favorite verses. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all of your might. Well, we made it to the top. I'm gonna apologize in advance for the quality of the audio. It's been super windy, and we got a little break in the wind, but it's been relentless, and it's made it just bitter cold. But I've glassed to the west, glassed to the east, glassed to the north. Don't really have a good vantage point for the south, but that's down where camp is, so haven't seen anything. There's a lot more snow in here, so what I'm thinking is it may have pushed some of these elk out of here down to lower country, which is unfortunate, but the goats are still here, and we up here hanging out, chilling with the goats. We got a fire going. wood is a little tough to come by because like we're up above the timberline on this peak. So I've had to make a couple trips down to the timberline and haul a pack of wood up here. I guess I've done that 3 times. So we just got a little fire and had to build up the fire ring to keep the wind from blowing it out. But it helps because like I said, it's pretty frigid right now. I don't know what the temp is, but it is cold. Well, to top off the day, we got a storm setting in. It's already getting a little tough to glass across the canyon or down into the bottom. I'm telling you, coming after my optimism. I'm gonna wait around just a little longer and see what this does. And if it looks like it's just gonna set in, then, you know, I'll do the smart thing and me and Tubbs will start heading down the mountain to the horses, and who knows, maybe we'll stumble into something on the trail. So that brutal storm, it hit us on the peak. Snow sideways, wind trying to knock us off the mountain, or at least that's what it felt like. But we held the line as long as we could. Eventually we made the call to drop off the mountain before things got a little dangerous. All right, we stuck it out about another 45 minutes, but it's not letting up, it's getting worse. And we get some pretty insane wind gusts, so I think we're just gonna call it, just slowly make our way back down to the horses, and then from there, depending on what it's doing, I mean, we can still see from the pass on either side and do some glassing there, but the wind is just killing us up here. So we're gonna go ahead and head down to the horses, and then depending on what the weather's doing when we get to the horses, we'll decide whether we head back to camp or if we're gonna hang out there at the pass for a while. But it's kind of a bummer. Put all this work to getting up here, and but that's Montana. That's the weather here. That's what happens.
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Come on, bro. Enlighten us.
Like and subscribe, baby.
There we go, boy. There's some battles you just push through, and some you use more wisdom. Either way, the mission doesn't change. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8 says that there is a season for everything, a time for war and a time for peace. And my job's to know which season I'm in and lead my boy through it. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. It looks like something. More Pop-Tart snacks?
No, that's not what I'm gonna get this time.
Oh, what are you getting this time? Is it carnivore friendly?
No,
Oh.
not at all.
Well, we made it back to camp, and it is not snowing down here, thankfully, but the wind rips through every now and then. We kind of took a detour and went over to a lake. Saw a few tracks, but nothing that got us excited. I think now the game plan is food, because I'm starving and my toes are a little chilly. So we're gonna get those warmed up and figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. Tubbs and I are tucked in for the night. We got the wood stove going. Got a little bit of wood in there. Not too much because you can probably tell the mic is probably just like picking up the rain and not my voice, but we ate some steak, and then I don't know, we were beat today, so it's kind of nice to feel warm and be laid down. So we're gonna get some rest. I think, you know, beings that we haven't really seen is the sign that we were seeing last time we were in here. And what sign we did see, everything is heading to lower elevation. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just kind of follow the sign and hunt some lower country. It just seems like the elk have vacated this neck of the woods. So yeah, me being optimistic that is fading. It's fading. So, but right now I'm feeling very optimistic about this night and the possibility of some good rest. So we're gonna call it a night. Here's what God's been teaching me. I might be the one climbing mountains, packing mules, facing storms, fighting battles, but my son, he might be the one who builds. And that's good. It's biblical. And that's really the whole point. David didn't build the temple, but Solomon did. Just got done eating some breakfast, got a big old fire going. But we got about, 6-7 inches of snow last night, so it came down pretty good. And snow slid down off the tent and buried half of it, so I had to kick that away so I could get to the bottom. But essentially, we are going to head to some lower country and hopefully see a little more sign of elk. But with all this fresh snow on the way out, we should be able to see if there's tracks or not and just chase the elk sign. But had some steak and sausage, had some coffee, got me some Mountain Ops Ignite. And at this point, we're just going to start breaking down, getting the animals packed up and hit the trail. So it's a beautiful day so far. It is like flutters of snow. Hopefully it doesn't kick in right when we hit the trail, but if that happens, we'll just throw on the rain slickers and keep on moving. But it's kind of pretty, seeing the snow. Too bad the elk didn't like the snow. Sometimes God calls you to swing the sword so your son can swing a hammer. I am going to put the camera away because more than likely all this snow is going to fall off the branches as we're passing by and we'll get a little wet. So I'm going to put the camera up, but we've got everybody all packed up and we're ready to hit the trail. The sun is shining for now, but it's been playing peekaboo all day so far. But yeah, it'll be a couple hours to the truck and then we'll kind of go from there. And sometimes your job is just to survive the storm so your son or your kid can learn in peace. Sometimes your role is to fight so your kid can flourish. And that's a warrior's legacy. We're on the way out and we're not too far from the truck and we see elk. So I'm not sure if there's a bull, but we're gonna take a break and take a look at these elk, and who knows? Optimism might be coming back. We didn't get the greatest look at them. They tucked into the timber. I think they heard the mules over here snoring. But we're going to, we ran into another issue. Our rangefinder is not working correctly, which is not good. So we're going to, the truck is just, a quarter mile down the trail. So we're gonna hot foot it to the trail or to the truck, see if we can't figure out this rangefinder, and then we'll go from there. So here's the real question. What mountain are you asking God to move while your shovel still sits in the dirt? What fight has God put in front of you that your kids may never have to face if you'll just pick up the shovel and start swinging? Are you willing to be like David, a man of war, so your son can be a man of peace? Shield up, shovel down. Let's get to work.
You got that rangefinder handy?